To think I was defending your honor. And now I come to find you claim yourself violated upon finding yourself with child.
I was violated, you self-righteous bastard! By someone else!
The Outlander Season 8 trailer has just dropped, and it's nothing short of devastating. In the span of just a few minutes, the stakes have never been higher, and the weight of Jamie and Claire's journey has never felt more real. With the end of an era upon us, we're left wondering, will they find peace? Or will this be the heartbreak we've been dreading for years? The trailer gives us a glimpse into the emotional chaos ahead, and one thing is for certain, this final season will shake us to our core. Season 8 of Outlander is poised to be the most gut-wrenching chapter yet. As we approach the end of this incredible journey, the trailer offers a glimpse of the emotional roller coaster awaiting us. The powerful bond between Jamie and Claire, which has been the heart of this series from the very beginning, is about to be tested like never before. The weight of the years they've spent together, their triumphs, their losses, and the love that has carried them through it all is now reaching its breaking point. In the trailer, the music alone is enough to send chills down your spine. Every note feels like it's pushing us toward the inevitable, an ending that will be both heartbreaking and beautiful. As the trailer unfolds, we see glimpses of our beloved characters facing their darkest hours. Jamie's face, usually so full of strength and resolve, is now shadowed with sorrow, as if the burden of their journey is finally becoming too much to bear. Claire, ever the fighter, stands at his side, but even her fierce spirit seems to tremble under the weight of what lies ahead. And then there's the question of their future. After everything they've been through, can they find peace? Or will they be torn apart by forces they can't control? The trailer doesn't just focus on Jamie and Claire's struggle, it hints at the larger forces that will come to shape their fate. There are moments of political unrest, echoes of battles past, and glimpses of characters we thought we'd seen the last of. It's clear that the stakes are higher than ever. We see characters returning to Scotland, and with them, the ghosts of the past. Old wounds are reopened, and new threats emerge, forcing Jamie and Claire to confront their legacy. But the most devastating part of it all? The possibility that their love story, so deeply intertwined with the fate of the world, may not end with a happily ever after. But what's truly heartbreaking is the realization that this is the final chapter. There is a sense of finality in every frame of the trailer. The idea that this is the last time we will see Jamie and Claire on their journey. Navigating the complex world they've fought to survive in is enough to leave us all in tears. And yet there's something incredibly beautiful about the way the trailer portrays their love. Fierce, unwavering, and enduring, even as time and fate threaten to tear them apart. It's not just about the end of a story, it's about the end of a journey we've all been on together, one that has spanned years and generations. The emotions tied to that final journey are overwhelming. But what does this mean for the future of the Fraser family? Will they finally find peace, or will their story end in tragedy? The trailer leaves us with more questions than answers, but one thing is certain, Outlander Season 8 will be a tear-jerking, gut-wrenching, and unforgettable ride. As we say goodbye to this epic saga, we can't help but feel the weight of everything Jamie and Claire have endured. Will their love story end in peace, or will it be shattered by forces beyond their control? The answers lie ahead, and with every passing moment, the anticipation only grows stronger. The trailer doesn't shy away from showing us the pain, the heartache, and the emotional toll this journey has taken on its characters. It's clear that Season 8 will be a deeply emotional farewell, not just for Jamie and Claire, but for all of us who have followed their story. The final season will be a tribute to everything that has come before, and it promises to bring the series to a stunning emotional conclusion. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is for sure. Outlander Season 8 is going to break our hearts, and we wouldn't have it any other way. As we prepare for the final season of Outlander, it's impossible not to reflect on the incredible emotional journey that has led us here. The Fraser story has been one of love, loss, survival, and above all, resilience. But as the trailer for Season 8 suggests, the emotional stakes are higher than ever, and the road ahead promises to be fraught with heart-wrenching choices that will forever alter the course of the Fraser family's legacy. After years of battles, political intrigue, time travel, and personal tragedies, we're now staring at the inevitable conclusion of this epic saga. What has kept us hooked through all these years is not just the rich historical backdrop or the thrilling adventures, but the deep emotional connection we've developed with Jamie and Claire, their family, and their world. With Season 8 set to deliver the final chapter in this tale, every moment is laced with a sense of finality, and that finality is crushing. The trailer offers us a glimpse of Jamie and Claire's complex, tumultuous journey in Season 8 and 1. Thing is abundantly clear, they're not going down without a fight. Over the years, they've fought against impossible odds: war, betrayal, political conflict, and even death itself. But in this final season, the biggest battle will be against time itself. Aging mortality and the inevitable passing of time are themes that have been explored throughout the series, but never more poignantly than in Season 8. From the moment Jamie and Claire were introduced, we've seen them defy the odds, whether it was Jamie surviving the Battle of Culloden or Claire returning to the past to save her family. But now, in the twilight of their lives, they must face the reality of their age. It's impossible to ignore the sense that time is no longer on their side. In the trailer, Jamie's face is a map of the struggles he's endured. His once youthful face has been marked by the years spent fighting for his family, his home, and his love for Claire. But with time comes inevitable loss. His grief is palpable, especially in the moments where we see him reflecting on what is to come. What will happen when time catches up with them? Will they be able to leave behind a legacy of love and strength? Or will they be consumed by the very forces they've spent their lives battling? As fans, we've watched Jamie evolve from a young, passionate man into a seasoned, weathered warrior. And while he's always had an unwavering commitment to protect those he loves in this final season, we see him grappling with the weight of his past choices and the uncertain future that lies ahead. Every line on his face tells a story, and we can't help but wonder if this will be the season where Jamie faces his greatest loss, his life, and the love of his life. Claire, too, is no longer the woman she was when we first met her in the 1940s. Over the years, we've witnessed her growth. From a strong-willed, independent woman trying to survive in the unfamiliar world of the 18th century to a dedicated wife, mother, healer, and force to be reckoned with in her own right. But in Season 8, the years have taken their toll on her as well, though her spirit is as fierce. As ever, the physical strain of time, the pain of the battles she's fought, and the toll of being pulled between two centuries seem to have left their mark. In the trailer, we see Claire staring out at the horizon, her face filled with a mixture of hope and sorrow. There's an undeniable sense of her inner struggle, the battle between accepting what is and clinging to what she's lost. What will the future hold for Claire? Can she continue to fight for her family and her love, or will she find herself facing a battle she can't win? The emotional depth of her character has always been one of the show's greatest strengths, and in Season 8, Claire's journey will be no less devastating or powerful. But the emotional stakes in Season 8 are not just confined to Jamie and Claire. The trailer also reveals the return of some key characters, some of whom we thought we'd seen the last of. Outlander has never shied away from exploring the complex dynamics of family, and in this final season, we'll see the return of characters who, for better or worse, have shaped the Fraser family's destiny. The return of Lyogare, Jamie's ex-wife, is one such example. Lyogare has always been a character that's divided fans. Some view her as a villain, others see her as a woman scorned. But one thing is for certain, her presence in the final season will bring with it a whirlwind of unresolved emotions. The tension between her, Jamie, and Claire has never been fully resolved, and with the final season upon us, it seems there may finally be some closure, or perhaps even more conflict, between these three characters. Lyogare's return promises to add even more layers to the already complicated relationships within the Fraser family, and the emotional fallout of her return will undoubtedly be felt by all. How will Jamie and Claire navigate the complexities of their past with Lyogare? And what role will she play in the ultimate fate of the family? Meanwhile, we also see the return of some familiar faces, such as Dougal Mackenzie and Guylas Duncan. Both of these characters were instrumental in shaping the events that led to the Fraser family's journey through time, and their return, whether through flashbacks, time travel, or some other means, will undoubtedly add a layer of nostalgia and complexity to the final season. Their interactions with Jamie and Claire will remind us of the sacrifices, struggles, and heartbreaks that have defined this story. Will Dougal's fiery temper and Guylas's mysterious, dangerous nature play a role in the final resolution of the Fraser family saga? Or are their returns merely a way to bring the past back into focus as the Frasers prepare for the end? The trailer also teases some new characters who will be pivotal in this final season. One of the most intriguing additions is Amaranthus Gray, played by Carla Woodcock. Amaranthus is set to become romantically involved with William Ransom Jamie's Cunningham, illegitimate son. This relationship introduces a new layer of complexity and tension to the already strained family dynamics. The Gray family has always been intertwined with the Fraser family in significant ways, and Amaranthus's involvement with William will no doubt bring new conflicts and challenges to the forefront. How will Jamie react to this new relationship? And how will Claire navigate the intricacies of their ever-growing family? Additionally, the introduction of Charles Cunningham, played by Kieran Byrne, adds a fresh ideological dimension to the conflict. As a British Army captain loyal to the crown, Charles represents everything that Jamie and Claire have fought against. His presence promises to create high-stakes confrontations and ideological clashes with Jamie, especially as the Fraser family's ties to the past and the political landscape become even more tangled. The introduction of characters like Amaranthus and Charles will ensure that the final season of Outlander remains unpredictable, keeping fans on the edge of their seats as they wonder how these new relationships will impact the Frasers' future. As the trailer for Outlander Season 8 unfolds, we are left with one central question. What will become of Jamie and Claire? Will they finally find the peace they've longed for, or will the forces of history, time, and fate tear them apart? There's a sense of inevitability in the air, a realization that the end is drawing near, and the emotional stakes couldn't be higher. The trailer hints at moments of joy and sorrow, triumph and defeat, love and loss. But through it all, one thing remains. Claire, Jamie, and Claire's love story is far from over, even if this is the final chapter. And as we eagerly await the first episode of Season 8, we can't help but feel a bittersweet mixture of excitement, sadness, and anticipation for what is to come. The journey that began years ago is now nearing its end, and it's a journey we'll never forget. As we edge closer to the final season of Outlander, one theme stands head and shoulders above all others: the deep, complex relationship between History Time and the Fraser family. Throughout the series, time has never been just a backdrop. It's been a living, breathing force that has shaped the characters, their decisions, and the very course of their lives. Time travel, historical events, and the repercussions of living between 2 centuries have always been central to Outlander, but as the final season approaches, these elements take on an even greater weight. The trailer for Outlander Season 8 offers us a glimpse into a narrative that is more than just the personal story of Jamie and Claire. It's a profound exploration of the nature of time itself, the consequences of meddling with history, and the inevitable collision of past and future. The Frasers have always known that their actions could shape the future, but now in this final season, they must confront the ultimate question. Will they be able to change history, or will history change them? From the moment Claire stepped back, in time through the standing stones of Craig, Nadun Outlander has never shied away from the consequences of time travel. Claire's initial journey was driven by love and the desperate need to survive in a world that was foreign and dangerous. She found herself torn between the world she knew in the 20th century and the world she was forced to accept in the 18th century, where the historical backdrop of the Jacobite Rebellion, the American Revolution, and the rise of the British Empire threatened to change the course of history forever. But as the series progressed, it became clear that Claire and Jamie's actions, however well-intentioned, were not without consequences. The more they fought to protect their family and secure their future, the more they inadvertently shaped the course of history in ways they never intended. Whether it was Claire's medical knowledge influencing the treatment of diseases, Jamie's involvement in battles shaping the course of wars, or their mere existence in the past, influencing the lives of those around them, time itself became a character in the story, one that demanded attention and retribution. The sense that time is not a fixed concept, but a force that can be bent, influenced, and even broken, has been a constant in Outlander. But in Season 8, the consequences of altering time have never been more dire. The trailer gives us a sense that the Frasers will face their biggest test yet, an ultimate reckoning with the past, present, and future. The weight of history is pressing down on them, and as we watch Claire and Jamie grapple with their choices, it's impossible to ignore the sense that this final season will be the moment of truth. The Frasers' impact on history has been profound, but as we know, meddling with time comes at a cost. The characters who have crossed paths with them, whether as allies or enemies, have all been shaped by the Frasers in ways they may not even understand. In this final season, we'll see those consequences come to the forefront in a way that will have ripple effects throughout the story, forcing Jamie, Claire, and their family to face the possibility that they may not be able to change their fates. The trailer hints at several pivotal moments where time and history are intertwined. One of the most notable is the potential return of the ancient stones that have been central to the show's mythos from the very beginning. The standing stones are not just a portal to the past, they are a symbol of the tension between what is and what could have been. They have been the gateway for Claire's journey, but they've also been a source of immense conflict, as characters like Brianna and Roger have struggled to navigate the challenges of living between two worlds. In Season 8, the Standing Stones could play an even more significant role, offering a way for characters to cross between timelines once again. The question is, what will this mean for the Frasers? Will they be able to use the stones to rewrite their past, alter their future, or find a way to ensure their survival in a world where the lines between history and destiny are increasingly blurred? However, the stones are not the only force at play. The trailer suggests that the events of the Revolutionary War, which have been looming on the horizon for some time, will play a crucial role in the final season. The Frasers' connection to the American Revolution has always been significant, with Jamie caught between his loyalty to the British Crown and his desire for freedom. In Season 8, we see the aftermath of the war beginning to unfold, with Jamie and his family caught in the middle of a struggle that will shape the future of a nation. The stakes are not just personal, they are global. The very foundation of America is being laid, and the Frasers find themselves swept up in a tide of historical events that will alter the course of history. This tension between the personal and the political is one of the most compelling aspects of Outlander, and in Season 8, it will come to a head. Can Jamie and Claire maintain their family's legacy in the face of such monumental change, or will they be forced to choose between their personal happiness and the future of a nation? But it's not just the past and the present that are at play. The trailer also hints at the possibility of future consequences. Time travel in Outlander has always been unpredictable, and the very nature of the Frasers' existence in the 18th century raises the question of what the future holds. The time-traveling aspect of the series has allowed us to explore what happens when characters from different eras collide, but Season 8 suggests that the very future of the Fraser family is in jeopardy. The trailer shows Brianna and Roger now, parents as they grapple with their own place in history. Will their children inherit the same fate as their ancestors, or will they find a way to break free of the patterns that have defined their family for generations? The idea of future generations being shaped by the past is a powerful one, and in the final season, we'll see Brianna and Roger face their own reckoning with history. Their family's future is tied to the Frasers' legacy, but how will they reconcile their role in this grand narrative? The legacy of the Frasers, who have already survived so much, may depend on their ability to come to terms with the choices made by their ancestors. In this final season, we are faced with a stark truth. The Frasers' journey through time may be coming to an end. But as we see in the trailer, there is a sense that this is not just about the Frasers, it's about the world they've shaped, the history they've influenced, and the future they leave behind. As time continues to unravel, Claire, Jamie, and their family must face the possibility that no matter how hard they fight, they may not be able to rewrite history. The cost of altering time is steep, and as the series draws to a close, the Frasers may find themselves facing the consequences of their actions in ways they never expected. But the true beauty of Outlander lies not in the ability to change history, but in the exploration of how history shapes us. In the end, the Frasers' journey has always been about love, sacrifice, and the choices we make in the face of an uncertain future. And as we move toward the final season, we are left with the undeniable truth that the Frasers' legacy will live on no matter what the future holds. The Frasers may not be able to change the world, but in the end, they will leave a mark on history that cannot be erased. Time may be an unstoppable force, but love, family, and the will to survive are even stronger. And as we say goodbye to this incredible journey, we can take comfort in knowing that the Frasers will never be forgotten. The final season of Outlander will explore themes of loss, sacrifice, and legacy in ways that feel both inevitable and heart-wrenching. From the very beginning, we've seen Claire and Jamie struggle with the passage of time, with the inevitability of death, and with the choices they've had to make to protect each other and their family. These themes are nothing new to the Frasers. But in the final season, the weight of these decisions will be more profound than ever before. The stakes are higher, the choices more difficult, and the consequences far-reaching. As we approach the final moments of Outlander, it's clear that this isn't just the end of a love story. It's the end of an era. It's the end of an era, defined by the Frasers' courage, love, and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. It's the end of a story that has spanned generations, crossed borders, and transcended time itself. And while it may be bittersweet to say goodbye to Claire Jamie and the characters we've come to love, there's a sense of peace that comes with knowing that their legacy will live on. The story of Outlander is not just about the Frasers, it's about all of us. It's about love loss and the unbreakable connections that bind us to one another. And as we bid farewell to this epic saga, we carry with us the timeless lessons it has taught us, that love endures, that family is everything, and that no matter how much time passes, our legacies are the stories we leave behind.